Good morning and welcome to Hump Day Hallelujah. I'm Pastor Scott and I'm coming to you this morning from the sanctuary here at Ascension Lutheran Church in Citrus Heights. I've chosen this place to come to you this morning because last week at this time we were not in the sanctuary because we were having some work done. You may notice over my head that our new LED screen is illuminated and we have an image on there. Last week we were very excited to have our projectors replaced with these LED panels, and quite a difference that they have made. And as a result of that work being done in here last week, we were unable to get our Christmas tree decorated yet. It'll be getting decorated this week as we quickly move toward Christmas Day. But here we are in the about halfway point, a little over halfway point in Advent and in our preparation for the celebration of Christ's birth. Last week for our midweek service, we were only online because we couldn't be here in the sanctuary. But tonight at 7 o'clock, our midweek Holden evening prayer service will be both in person and online, and I encourage you to join us for that. We'll be looking at, very briefly, a reflection on the Magnificat, the song of Mary that she shares with Elizabeth after she's been told the good news that she, a young virgin girl, will carry the child that God has placed in her womb. The Magnificat comes after Mary has gone to visit her cousin Elizabeth, who herself has been told that she'll carry a child who will point to the long-awaited Messiah, the one coming after. And we read in Luke's Gospel that child, Elizabeth's child, John, who would be named John the Baptist, or known as John the Baptist to us, that the child in her belly leapt, acknowledging there was something different about this child that Mary was carrying. As we look at the Magnificat, we'll reflect on the fact that Mary was unexpectedly pregnant, that God had created life in her where life shouldn't have existed, and that she, this young woman, was called to play a very significant role in human history, in the history of God and God's relationship with God's creation. God took this young, unmarried or betrothed, is the term that's used, woman, to carry the Messiah, Jesus Christ, whose birth we're preparing to celebrate. Mary, who would say, how can it be? How could it be me, somebody so simple, so lowly, so at that time and place and culture, who would have had little to no status until she was married and had a child, that God would select her. But God seems to be in the business of showing up in the most unexpected places and tapping the most unexpected people to do some extraordinary things. And Mary responded. She responded to this call by God, and she prayed this prayer. She sung this song that beautifully demonstrates her faith in God, her understanding that God would lift somebody lowly up into a position of importance, not for her own sake, but for the sake of the world. And as we reflect upon Mary's beautiful song, I wonder if maybe God is calling you to do something extraordinary that you couldn't imagine yourself. Maybe this time of Advent waiting and preparation for Christmas has been in your heart and in your life a time of preparation for what is to come. Oftentimes, as we look to New Year's, we think about New Year's resolutions and starting something new. But something new has already begun by the time we celebrate New Year's Day. Because a week before we celebrate the birth of the Messiah, always coming into the world to bring new life. I wonder if God, through this time of waiting, isn't doing something new in your life as well. It's so good to spend this time with you, and I look forward to seeing you next week for Hump Day Hallelujah. And just a little teaser that during the season of Christmas, These videos will be coming to you every day for the 12 days of Christmas. Beginning with Christmas morning, we'll have a Christmas moment to share, so stay tuned for those as well. I look forward to seeing you online and in person when it's possible. Take care.